Hey guys, and today I'm going to review Season 1 of DC's Legends of Tomorrow because I'm trying to get through and review all of the seasons of the Arrowverse, and then I'm going to start with Gotham. But first I need to get through this Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, maybe Black Lightning, I don't know. But this is my review of DC's Legends of Tomorrow Season 1. Legends of Tomorrow was definitely an interesting idea for a show with taking several recurring characters from Arrow and Flash and giving them main character spots on their own show. So this season was very, very mixed for me. It started off good, okay, then it became kind of better. It was mostly towards the bad side though this season. It was kind of mixed for me, but mostly towards the bad side. Rip Hunter was a awesome character this season. He was probably my favorite character this season. I really, really liked him. It was a great new addition to the Arrowverse. Season 1 is the best that Rip Hunter has ever been, even though Season 1 is probably the worst season of Legends of Tomorrow, but still, Season 1 is the best that Rip Hunter has ever been. Sarah Lance was much better in this season than she was on Arrow. So was Kendra than she was on The Flash and Arrow, but that's not saying much. But Sarah Lance, aka the White Canary, was just so awesome this season and so badass. And she was like one of my favorite characters this season. I think second to Rip, she was my favorite. And okay, I gotta talk about the bar scene. That was just so awesome, and the music and everything. Probably my favorite scene in this season. I loved it so much. I adored that scene. Ray Palmer, aka the Atom, in my opinion, fit great on this team. I thought he was probably the character that needed to be on this show the most. I think he was the character that was most forgotten, so I'm glad he joined the Legends, and his suit is really, really awesome. The Atom suit, but I think next season on Legends he should definitely get a new suit because he's had that suit for like 4 or 5 years. So I think he should definitely get a new suit because how can that suit keep fitting him? Never mind, he should get a new suit next season on Legends. Firestorm fit really, really good on the team as well. I liked Firestorm on the team too. He was really awesome. Jefferson Jackson was a great Firestorm, although I do prefer Ronnie Raymond a tiny bit over Jefferson Jackson just because, not because I don't want Jefferson Jackson to be Firestorm. I just wanted Ronnie Raymond and Martin Stein to be Firestorm for a bit longer, and then when they'd been Firestorm for like a few years, they could kill off Stein and then introduce Jefferson Jackson as and then have Ronnie and Jefferson be the one who fuse. But all in all, Jefferson Jackson was a pretty cool Firestorm. And Victor Garber as Martin Stein is really good, too. I really like his portrayal of Stein. Of course, he is awesome. And I'll talk about Stein more later. But I really like this version of Firestorm. But now it's time to talk about two characters that I did not like, and those are the Hawks. I feel like that these characters are so comic book inaccurate, and the actors that play them are horrible, both of them, at playing the characters that they play. They're just so bad. Like I can't. Luckily, Hawkman, the terrible Hawkman, was only in like 3 or 4 episodes because he sucked, that version of Hawkman. But let's talk about Hawkgirl now. Oh god. Hawkgirl is even worse than Hawkman. The actor that plays Hawkgirl is even worse than the actor that played Hawkman. They just sucked, both of them, so bad. Especially Hawkgirl. Like she was so bad, so poorly acted. I couldn't At one point I couldn't take it anymore, and I literally turned the season down for a few days because I had to just rest because I couldn't watch that stupid betrayal of Hawkman and Hawkgirl. And the romance with Ray and Kendra was so bad and so forced. They just put it in there to have some drama this season, and it was just terrible. And the Hawk's origin story was even worse. Like, seriously, why can't they just use the origin story from Thanagar, where they're from Thanagar? That origin story works a lot better than this shit. And then they even put Vandal Savage in it. Vandal Savage is a caveman. He's not from, like, Egyptian times, and he has nothing to do with the Hawk's origin story. So why did they do it in the show? I'll talk much more about Vandal Savage later. But let's get into two other members that I didn't really think should be on the team. The first one is Leonard Snart, aka Captain Cold, who I think he actually worked pretty well on the team. But the reason that I don't want him and Heatwave to be on the team is that they were put on the show before we got to see the Rogues on The Flash. But yeah, it's just with them being on another show, it's very unlikely that we'll ever get to see the full Rogues on The Flash. And Wentworth Miller is out of contract, meaning that he will not appear on any Arrowverse shows again, meaning that we will never ever get to see the Rogues with Captain Cold in it, and probably Heatwave too, since he's on Legends. And that is the main reason why I don't want these two on Legends. It's not because they don't fit. Heatwave doesn't fit that well, but Captain Cold fits better, but it's not because they don't fit well on the show. It's just that we didn't get to see the Rogues beforehand. But now it's time for me to talk about Vandal Savage. He sucked. He was a terrible villain. Like, in every other show he appeared in Justice League Unlimited, and, like, some movies, I think, he was much better than this. He was also a caveman there, too. He was not a frickin' Egyptian time man, and his accent... Vandal Savage never had that accent in any form of media. He was just sounded American in all other media. He never had that accent, and he never was such a terrible villain in the other media. And the way they connected him to the Hawks, I didn't like that, having him be a part of their origin story, which he never was in the comics. I just didn't like it. And I didn't like Vandal Savage. Some of you may like him, and if you like him, great, good for you. At least you can like him. I can't like him, but I'm happy for you if you can like him, because I can't. But yeah, that is my review. Half of the season I enjoyed, half of the season I did not. So this is very mixed. This season is very mixed for me. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.